I'm pretty sure that this Sunday is going to be the gospel that we just read, so I won't speak too much on it, but I'll use it as a springboard to get back to the Old Covenant. The boat is being tossed about in waves. It's in distress. The ship is always an image of the church, the ocean an image of the world, and the waves are the culture and the modern ways of thinking beating up against the hull of the boat. The apostles, the shepherds, the conductors of that ship are in dismay, lost and confused, as it seems so many of our shepherds are today. Failing to see Jesus, failing to recognize him, feeling alone and isolated, needing to contend with the world as best as they can in human terms, abandoning a trust and a faith that they had only previously professed in the Lord, because for a time they couldn't see him. Much like the Jews walking out of the land of Egypt into the desert, 40 days they couldn't see Moses, and they immediately resorted to what? To what they knew best, to the idolatry of the world. And even at the appearance of Jesus walking on the water towards them, they thought he was a ghost. Peter, Lord, if it's you, let me walk out onto the water. Peter, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Right? Walks out onto the water, and even walking on water, recognizing Jesus, is overcome by the trappings and the difficulties and the barrage of the world. The hope that we have in this is that despite the weakness, vulnerability, errancy of our individual leaders, myself included, when Christ gets back into the boat, the storm's calm. When Christ returns to his apostles, they get safely to the other side. The church is the bark of Peter. It's the ark that leads us through the desert of this world to mix all of the exodusal metaphors. The Holy Spirit never leaves the church. Christ is the head of the body that is the church. The church is never without Jesus. The church will always make it to the other shore safely. The church will never be overcome by the world. The gates of hell will not prevail against it. But from time to time, the church will seem to be in danger from the storms of the world. That the apostles who pilot that ship might seem to despair of the grace of God, lose sight of the destination to which they are trying to go, and seek to contend only and merely with the next wave that's going to hit the ship. But y'all don't have to worry, and neither do I. Because if we simply stay in the boat, no matter what mess the apostles make of the boat, it will get to the other side, and we will be in it, and we will disembark onto that heavenly homeland, the shores of heaven. The church, the ship, cannot err, because Jesus is and always will be its pilot. You can imagine the apostles making a mess of the reefs and the sails and the hitting each other in the head with the oars as they're trying to move around the ship. And Thomas gets his foot stuck in a coil of rope and slams into the mast, and that knocks over Peter, who hits John, and John almost goes overboard. And these are our bishops, right? These are our priests. These are the people that the Lord has appointed, unqualified as we are, to to govern in some way, each in our own way, a part of the ship, and we make a mess of it. But don't you need to lose any sleep, nor do I need to lose any sleep over what we see as some sort of failure of the church to sail true through the storms of the world. Because Jesus has never really left it. He had his eye on the apostles the whole time they were in the storm. And when they really needed him, he walked back over to them. You're not ready yet. You're not there yet. He does the same with the church today. And it gives us, you and I, each in our own way, the opportunity to show Jesus how faithful we are. That though it looks like the storms are brewing, it looks like the storms are slamming into the side of the boat and we're in danger of capsizing, that we nevertheless will hold true. We will hold fast to the ship which Jesus himself set up to conduct us to where we want to go. That we will not leave his body so that we may never be separated from the head. And that no matter what confusion may come, if we but remain faithful, we will receive our reward. I'm not going to talk about the Old Covenant, clearly.